What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I am going to be discussing my hot takes for every UFC division in 2025. That's right, we're coming up on the new year of UFC. The first card's coming around the corner. We got multiple pay-per-views on the books, as well as multiple title fights that we know are going to happen. And overall, just a bunch of things that are in place and predictions that I have for 2025 in every division. I'll be explaining my picks. You guys let me know what's a hot take that you have in every division, or just some broad hot takes in general that might not be like solely tied to one division as well. But anyway, let's get underway, and we're going to start off with the flyweight division. So, flyweight division, I'm going to say that Alejandro Pantoja is strongly, and I mean strongly, like borderline, if not like he objectively is the flyweight GOAT by the end of the year. I'm going to think the casual fans and some of the fucking old heads as well, the people forget mans, who it's like, Demetrius Johnson's a savage. He's got to be in your top three. Those people are probably going to be being like, nah, man, what are you saying, man? But I do think that Pantoja, his legacy is already rivaling DJ, in my opinion, and I think that's only going to be more accentuated by the end of the year. I think he's going to secure at least two title defenses against the Kaikar of France, and then against maybe the winner of Royval and Cap, or maybe against the Makayev, or even an El Mabayev if he beats Steve Erceg. But I think we're going to see two defenses for Pantoja, which will take him to five, which I know is literally half of DJ's defenses, but resume matters. Competition level matters, and you can't just look at on paper title wins, because guess what? If Pantoja fucking got the flyweight belt at the start of his career, then he would have defended it 11 times as well. Like, okay, maybe he would have lost at the start of his career, but like DJ immediately got the fight. Like DJ did not have to have like 12 fights before he fought for the belt. Like Pantoja fought like 10 times, I'm pretty sure, before he fought for the flyweight title. And so as such, he's already accrued a bunch of good wins, like Schnell, Cap, Royval the first time, Moreno the first time, Alex Perez, Wilson Hayes. Like those wins are DJ quality title defenses, but in his lead up to the belt, not even in defending the belt. When you look at defending the belt, or winning it off Moreno, defending against Royval, Erceg, Asakura, maybe a Kaikara France potentially, and then maybe a Makayev or an El Mabayev, like those are crazy good wins, and I do think he would rival DJ. So yeah, anyway, that's my hot take. Flyweight GOAT discussion at the end of the year is something that really needs to be had. Anyway, let's move on to the Bantamweight division. So, Bantamweight division, I'm going to say that we see these old guard, these old head unks of Bantamweight all retire and dip in 2025 at some point. I think some are going to leave after earlier or later than others. Some of these I'm not as confident on, but I do think we see at least majority of the fighters pictured on screen retire by the end of the year. I'm talking Dominic Cruz. I'm talking Rob Font, both of which just got booked. I could see that being a loser retires match. Jose Aldo, I don't think sticks, not because he's washed, but I just don't think he sticks around for that much longer. Even Davison Figueiredo, I think he's turning like 38 this year. I can't see him sticking around much longer, given that he lost to Jan. He doesn't really appear to have a title shot unless they offer him one at flyweight, which I'm not confident he can make that weight. Who else? Like, fucking... So Aldo, Figgy, Cruz, Font, Cody Garbrandt even is another guy I could see. Even though he's not that old, if he takes another bad chinning, I could just see him packing it up and just being like, nah, I can't be asked. Or the UFC being like, okay, bro, we tried to give you favorable matchups. Like, we gave you fucking Trevin Jones and Brian Kelleher to make people think you were back. And then you immediately fucking lost and got subbed by Figgy, and then you went off and got a face tattoo that doesn't even fucking align symmetrically. Like Cody Garbrandt, I don't know, him as well, yeah, Cruz, Cejudo, Cejudo, I forgot, yeah, Cejudo, Font, Aldo, Figgy, all these guys, Munoz as well outside the rankings, I could see retiring. Some of the other old heads, Barcelos, like these kind of guys. I think we see a lot of retirements. Overall, in general, that's a prediction of mine. We do see a lot of notable name retirements by the end of this year, but we also do see particularly a lot in the flyweight division. Anyway, let's move on to the featherweight division. So, featherweight, I believe we see Ilia Aptoro, Top Toro. I think he's going to leave the featherweight, or not leave, but I think he will be on the brink of leaving the featherweight division. And I think there's going to be like, okay, this dude's moving up in 2026. We're not seeing Ilya fight at 145 past 25. I don't. That is a prediction. I don't think Ilya fights at 55 this year. I do think he will fight at 45. I think the UFC is going to be like, oi, listen here, chump. Listen here, kid. You're 5'6". You ain't moving up to 155, buddy. Good luck. You're fighting fucking Mavzar Evloev next. Have a good one. Like, I could see them doing that, and Ilya just not getting those big lightweight fights that he probably wants. But what I do think will be is he will kind of stamp his foot down, put his foot down, and sort of assert that he is going to 55 by the end of the year. And at that stage, we will be looking at the featherweight division, looking at that landscape, seeing Holloway moved up, seeing Ortega probably falling down the rankings or even retired, seeing Kelvin Cater retired, Josh Emmett on the back end, probably about to retire, Giga Chikadze, Edson Barboza, even Volkanovski's probably not going for too much longer at the top level. And I do think we're going to see these new wave of featherweights start to come through. I'm talking Lerone Murphy, who's a 33-year-old prospect. Like, what are you doing? Get a job. I'm thinking Jack Jenkins. I'm thinking Steve Garcia. I'm thinking Joe Anderson, Brito, Chepe Mariscal, even Morgan Charrier not pictured on screen. Joe Anderson, Brito, Haider Emil, William Gomez. These kind of names, I think we're going to see climb. Gene Silver, of course. I think we're going to see all of these guys. Zalal, Sean Woodson, even a fucking Doohoo Choi making a resurgence. I think we're going to see these names make a climb back up or make a climb into that top 15. And we are really going to be looking at the featherweight title picture going into 2026, being like, damn, this shit's good. Like, it's competitive. This is fun. We got good matchups. We're going to be seeing like a fucking Steve Garcia versus a Gene Silver in 2026, probably for like a fucking top 5 opponent. Even though I don't think Steve Garcia is that good, but I think he's just going to climb the rankings by virtue of some of these older guys kind of falling out. But we're going to see a competitive, kind of just uncoordinated, weird fucking assortment of characters. Like, I'm sorry, bro, all these guys pictured on screen. This looks like fucking 8 evolutions of like a video game fucking, not evolutions, but like 8 different like base style customized characters on fucking UFC 4, bro. Like, what's going on here? What kind of uncoordinated friend group is this? This is the friend group where you got the one fucking, the racist guy, and then you got the potentially gay dude, and then you got the fucking sports dude, and then you got like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is the weirdest, most uncoordinated, where there's that one black guy in the friend group despite half the group being racist. Like, this is why does this look like a fucking high school friend group here, that would just cause all the trouble in the back of class? But you know what I'm talking about regardless. So I think we're going to see all of these guys make a run in 2025, be positioned for top, like, there's going to be tiers, like the Jenkinses of the world. They're going to be looking for top 15 opponents by the end of the year. The Sean Woodsons of the world, I think, are going to be looking for like top 10, top 5, maybe even. The Gene Silvers, top 5. The Yusuf Salal's in that number, like top 5, top 7 range. They're going to be tiers. They're going to be coming in their own waves. Like, Lerone Murphy's probably looking at a top 5 opponent like next fight, honestly. But they're going to be in different waves, but it's going to be good. Like, they're not going to all be needing top 5 opponents at the same time. We got a logjam. I think these guys are going to funnel their way into the top of the division, and I think we're going to see a revitalized featherweight where we don't just have fucking Giga Chikadze and Ortega and fucking Josh Emmett fighting once every year. Anyway, let's move on though to the lightweight division. So, lightweight, 155. I think I've got 2 takes here. I think we're going to see Islam Makhachev be cementing lightweight GOAT status, and in a strong case, even though I think he arguably is already. But like the casual fans, even the hardcore, like old head fans, are going to be coming around to being like, all right, I know my GOAT list can't contain anyone who fought since fucking 2015. But you know, this Islam Makhachev kid's pretty good, you know. Like Dana White's gonna go to press conference like, this kid, he might be pound for pound number 1. I know John Jones just got fucking slept by Tom Aspinall, but I'm thinking finally I can say that Islam is pound for, like, that's what we're gonna be seeing. Even the most fucking denial of new talent people that exist on the fucking planet, the ones that are probably arguing that fucking Rich Franklin's higher on the GOAT list than Dricus du Plessis. Like, these are the type of guys we're dealing with that might even have to just address that Islam is elite and that he is top 5, like, swarming in, fucking coming in on like top three almost all time if he gets like two more wins. So that's what I think we're going to see, a major legacy kind of wake up call for Islam, even though I think Lucas already has this man at like fucking number three on his GOAT list. But I think it's going to be a more widespread thing. Where we see Islam as undisputed lightweight GOAT, because there are still I think he is, but there are still going to be the people that just say Khabib, brother, never lost, never bled, 29 and 0, brother, undefeated, and just not take into account anything else. But that's one of my takes. My other take is that the old guard of lightweight, these fucking unks that have been fighting each other in trilogies since fucking 2017, are finally going to lose and get out the sport. Not that I'm saying I want them out the sport, not that I'm saying I want Poirier and Gaethje gone. They're phenomenal fighters. They've given us a bunch of fun. Um, and yeah, we're grateful to see them like continue fighting. But I do think we need some fresh like division, fresh blood in the division. And I think that's going to come in the form of guys like, let me tell you about this kid, Joel Alvarez. Let me tell you about this kid, Benoit Saint Denis. I know he got fucking slept by Poirier and he looks mid, but trust me, guys, he's making a comeback. No, but like Joel Alvarez, even a fucking Paddy Pimlich, even Moicano, 35-year-old fucking prospect at this stage, honestly. But like Ribovic, Rebecki, Oralby, Graham, these unranked Fares Siam, Mike Davis, like there's so many guys in the unranked portion of lightweight that are just so good. And I think we're finally going to see Grant Dawson, CDF. I know he's like 40 years of age, but like we're going to see all these unranked lightweights just start surging into the top 15 and just be sort of having a bit of a battle for who can really secure those spots that are left vacant when a Chandler retires, when a Poirier retires, when a Gaethje and a Dan Hooker are kind of looking down the rankings to sort of defend their spot. That's what I think we're going to see in 2025. Anyway, let's move on though to the welterweight division. So 170 welterweight. I think it's pretty similar to some of my other takes, to be honest, but I think we are going to again see the older guys, these unks, these 38-year-olds in the top of the sport, start to lose, start to fall off, start to look mid. I'm talking Osman, I'm talking Burns, I'm talking Colby Duckington, I'm talking Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, I'm talking Leon Edwards, even though he's not even old. I think we're going to see these names that have been around for a minute, these marquee welterweight names, even Bilal Muhammad, probably not this year, but probably looking at a fall off in 2026. These guys ain't winning, bro. This sport waits for nobody. These guys are getting kicked out. It's going to be the Lawler and the Woodley and the fucking Condit. And I know some of these are different time periods. And the fucking Hendricks and the, I know, well, I'm just naming different fucking, okay, and the fucking Matt Hugheses, no. But like, we're going to see it happens with everyone. You don't stick around forever, bro. The fucking Rory McDonald's after he found God, like, I don't know. Like, these guys don't stick around forever. They fall off. They aren't just unbeatable legends forever, and we're already seeing them lose. We're seeing Wonderboy get fucking KO'd back and up against the cage. We're seeing Gilbert Burns get tossed around by Sean Brady and ragdolled. We're seeing Usman look more tentative and be unable to fucking walk upstairs. We're seeing Colby Covington get his ass whooped and just beaten up badly. We're seeing Leon get outboxed by a fucking 36-year-old pilot. Like, Bilal Muhammad. But like, this is what I mean. We're seeing these guys look mid, and once you look mid and you're over 35, there's no going back. Like, you look mid as a prospect on your come up, that's fine. You can make those improvements. You don't improve at 36, 37, 38. 40 fucking years of age like Wonderboy is. Like, you ain't making improvements. You ain't getting better. Some people, I guess, can get better at like 34, 35. Usman ain't coming back looking like fucking prime Usman, the 50-42 Tyron Woodley. That just ain't happening. And I think we're going to see these guys, Sean Brady, Michael Morales, Ian Gary, Joaquin Buckley, Jack Della Maddalena, and last but not least, the best of all, let me tell you about this kid, Carlos Prates, CP. We're going to see a CP takeover in 2025, let me tell you, kid. No, but yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Like, we're going to just see this new wave, when the Woodleys and the fucking Lawlers and the Condits and all these cunts just fell off. We see them get drowned out. Like, we saw Woodley go on a skid and just lose to Colby and Luque and Burns. We see these fights. We see Lawler just lose fights in a row. And I think once it starts, it ain't stopping, and these guys are cooked. And yeah, Buckley's fucking chinning some of these fools. Like JDM's gonna box him up, Prate's gonna fucking sleep him, and Buckley's just gonna beat him up. Brady's gonna toss him around, and Michael Morales is gonna just, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. Ecuadorian motherfucker. Jump on the cage pretending he's Spider-Man. Who knows? Like just athleticism maxed them. But yeah, we're going to see these prospects just impose their will and just let the vets know that your time's up, buddy. It's off to GFL with you. Go fight Benson Henderson. You're cooked. Anyway, let's move on though to the middleweight division. So 185. I've got a few predictions here. Bot Nickel, you're getting fraud checked, buddy. Now you could argue that Bot Nickel's already been fraud checked. I would understand that take. But I think by fraud check I mean like losing. Like he's gonna take an L, he's gonna lose. He will have a 1 added to his record. He will lose the O. Um, in my opinion, I think it'll be to some lower ranked guy if they for some reason be like, oh, maybe he'll just do well and ignore the fact that he lost to Paul Craig, or not lost, but looked mid. If they give this dude a Hermanson, he's losing. I'll tell you that much right here for free. Um, yeah, I think we see a Bo Nickel loss and a fraud check. I also think we see Israel Adesanya retire. I think I can add in Jared Cannonier to that group. I can add in, who can I add in? Not Whitaker. I don't think Whitaker retires, but I think he's like getting up there. Um, I just think Whitaker wants to fight more, and I think he still thinks he's got like another chapter of his career if he fucking moves up to light heavyweight. Because I don't know why he thinks that'll go well for him. But who else? Hermanson, not even. But yeah, Cannonier and Izzy are Um, the two main ones that I think we can definitely see retire in 2025. Maybe not Izzy. Maybe Izzy's just too stubborn. He's like, this is just part of my storyline where I go on a 4-fight loss streak and I come back to win the belt. Trust. Like that's what he's gonna. It's one step back for 2 steps forward. Trust. Like Izzy's gonna be on his fucking career comeback anime storyline after he gets subbed by Malvov in the third. And then he's gonna come back and probably fucking get ragdolled by Anthony Hernandez. Be like, I just had an off night. I didn't manifest this. Botched. But also, I got my third prediction, and you see 3 names on screen or 3 images on screen, and those people are Caio Borralho, Anthony Hernandez, and Nasruddin Imavov. And I predict this probably is gonna. I'm gonna go for 3 here. I'm shooting 3 threes, and I'm missing all of them. But yeah, I'm fucking airballing all this shit. But I think we're going to see one of these guys get a title shot in 2025, whether it be deserved, whether it be just a random like fill in. I think what I could see happening is them trying to do Hamzat for like the middle of the year against Dricus, that failing, them still needing a main event, and they'd be like, all right, Dricus, go ahead, buddy. You got fucking Caio Borralho. Good luck. Like I could see that happening. I could see them giving him an Amavov if he can beat Izzy. Just because I think they will go to Hamzat next. But if Dricus and Hamzat can fight in middle of the year, they might want to turn Hamzat around still for Abu Dhabi in October, and then we could see that. So there's a double chance here. Either they get Hamzat Dricus done mid-year, and then Hamzat or Dricus, the winner, has time to turn around later in the year, or I think Hamzat, they try and do it for the middle of the year. Hamzat pulls out, one of these guys gets a replacement fight, step in, and then they try and do the Hamzat fight after that. So those are my predictions for 185. Let me know what you guys are thinking for middleweight. I think there's some good takes that you could have there. Anyway, let's move on. I'm also predicting like MVP to beat Shara, I guess. That's not even a hot take. But I think we see some of these other guys get fraud checked a bit. Anyway, let's move on though to the light heavyweight division. So light heavyweight 205. I've got a few predictions again. My first prediction is that we are going to see Alex Poitin Pereira get some fucking random ass fight that makes everyone question the sport and question the UFC and what's going on. We're seeing a Khalil Roundtree 2.0. I reckon we're going to see a fucking Carlos Ulberg getting pulled against fucking Blachowicz and fighting him in Vegas because Ankalaev can't fight during Ramadan or won't fight for some reason. Maybe we see, I'm hearing rumors, not from sources, but I saw from a Brazilian MMA media page that there is a potential for an Alex Pereira versus Alexander Volkov fight. Don't take that as hearsay or whatever the fuck that word's supposed to mean. I don't know. Don't take this as the truth. But That's what I saw from a Brazilian media member. It does sound very unlikely, so this is not going to be. I'm not running to make a fucking video about this like Kenny Okoye when he said Pereira's fighting in Sydney because he posted a fucking video saying "See you soon, Sydney." I'm not doing that level of fucking clickbait, like jumping on random bits of news, some real Kevin K, if you know that fucking midget on Twitter. But no, I do think that is a possibility because if it is not Ankalaev, as Pereira and reports are suggesting, I think the Hamzat thing's cap. I just don't think that'll happen. Again, Hamzat, why would he fight? If Ankalaev can't fight during Ramadan, why the fuck would Hamzat fight? And if it's not like a them pulling an Olberg, I don't think they're giving fucking Nikita Krylov a title fight on a Vegas pay-per-view. Now, yes, the Volkov thing would kind of be weird, but remember, Dana White said post Garn Volkov when Volkov got robbed, he said, we're going to try and make this right. Maybe this is their idea of making it right, giving Volkov a fucking massive fight, his biggest fight in his career, pay-per-view main event. I reckon that's probably a decent way of making it right, even if he loses. But like, Volkov would probably take that. But my two other takes is one of them is a sad one. I think we are going to see the career resurgence end of Dominic Reyes. I think the title run 2.0 is going to come to a halt in 2025, and I think we could see him get stopped pretty badly. I'm not sure who by, but I think we could just see like it maybe him being competitive with Rakic and people being like, damn, bro, Rakic has fallen off. Reyes is actually looking really good here. And then Rakic just fucking head kicks him into oblivion. Like, Bogdan Guskov catches this dude with an overhand. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think we don't see Reyes continue his streak of wins in 2025. Maybe he wins the first one. Maybe he beats like a Volkanov's Demir in a rematch. But I don't think we see him get into that top five once again, unfortunately. I could chuck in a Blachowicz retirement as a prediction too. But my other one, okay, I'm stat padding here. This is when you're going for a fucking layout with 5 seconds to go and there's no one on defense. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm getting those stats up. I'm getting that fucking on paper triple double right here. But Jamal Hill is either going to have a Hall of Fame fucking career downfall where we look back at that and be like, that has got to be the biggest career fall off in history, or we get the most unbearable I told you so, you all must have forgot fucking like it's just some bullshit at 311 if he beats Yuri by finish. If he does it by decision, he'll probably still try and chat shit, but it probably won't be, or chat shit, I should say. It won't be as unbearable if it's by decision. But if this dude goes out there and sparks Yuri out cold on the canvas and fucking emotes on him and then calls for a Pereira rematch and says some bullshit that the first fight was a fluke, then I'm just going to be pissed off, man. Like, come on, can we just not have that reality happen? Anyway, let's move on though to the heavyweight division. So, heavyweight, the fat boys, the big fellas. I got two predictions again here. The first one is relating to Jones and Aspinall because like realistically that's the only fucking notable thing that exists at heavyweight right now, and my prediction is that John Jones is going to put this fight off for a fucking annoying period of time. Like, we're going to have to deal with in 2025 about 7 different fucking instances of a report saying Jones versus Aspinall has been agreed to, is targeted for this date. I'm thinking we're seeing targeted for fucking International Fight Week, and then that's going to get cancelled. Then we're probably targeted for like October or not October, like September, and then like June, July, September, and then we're finally going to get it at like MSG. Like, I don't think we see John Jones fight until like end of the year. Hopefully it's International Fight Week, but I could just see, like, remember when, I know it might not have been just him, but like, remember when after he beat Garn and he wanted to fight Stipe International Fight Week, ends up getting pushed back to fucking November, right? Like, I could see that happening, like him just kind of being like, yeah, 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 it's gonna happen, and then randomly just like avoid contact with the fucking UFC for weeks and just find a way to make it not happen. I could see that happening. But I think my prediction is that that will end in a brutal finish loss for Jonathan Jones. I think he will get laid out on the canvas. But guys, he's still the pound for pound number one best fighter in the world. But my other prediction is that the light heavyweight takeover will continue and we will see some new names, some fresh faces at 205 or from 205 jump up to heavyweight and continue that trend. I'm thinking we see Kennedy Nzechukwu in the top 10. I'm thinking Ryan Spann in the top 10. And I'm thinking Vitor Petrino could maybe, even if he loses to Janice, could maybe scrape his way into the top 15, or he beats Janice and gets into the top 15 regardless, just because of lighter man skill. But my other prediction is slightly more of the hot take part, is that we will see more light heavyweights join the cause. We will see Rakic and Johnny Walker and maybe even a few others, some other lower ranked, maybe like even I could see a Kutalaba, even though it'd be hella undersized. I could see like an Eon Kutalaba or like an Alonzo Menafield moving up. So that is my prediction for the light heavy or for the heavyweight division. But you guys let me know. That'll be it. See you guys in the next one. What do you guys think? And yeah, goodbye.